What up, world? It's your boy Charles Brown back again with another Talking Facts. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell to get notified on upcoming episodes. All right, man. Joyner Lucas, the world's most successful angry artist. Let me explain something to you. I'm from the same area as Joyner Lucas, and I watched this man rise up. This man is one of the illest people out of Massachusetts. I don't think it's really too many people you can put in his category, in his what he does, other than like a terminology or Guru from Gangstar, who was from Boston as well. I can't think of many other people out of Boston that we're going to say has risen to the level, and no, none of them have risen to the level in rap of Joyner Lucas. And I say that to say, with all that being said, right? With all that being said, with all that success, because Joyner Lucas puts up millions, like it ain't even close what Joyner Lucas does when he drops a record. This guy, if I'm not mistaken, his joint with Logic did crazy numbers. His joint with Eminem was like massive. You know what I'm saying? And he does these offbeat, off kilter songs, and they resonate with people. And he has a very strong fan base. I say all that to say it's so much to unpack with Joyner Lucas. I say all of that to say Joyner Lucas is still upset and he's still angry and he's got the mentality of an independent artist who no one knows. Right? If you look at Joyner Lucas's tweets, he tweets like no one's watching it. He tweets like a dude that has zero followers and just writes whatever he wants. Like you know how those Twitter have those eggheads with no picture or a bot with no Avi, and they just write all this random stuff and they always going at somebody. That's how Joyner Lucas tweets, right? I say all that to say Joyner Lucas is upset again. I remember when Joyner went back and forth with Trey Songz. I think he inserted himself into that I'm sorry, not Trey Songz. I always say Trey Songz. I meant Tory Lanez. When Joyner inserted himself with the Tory Lanez and they had the back and forth, and low key, not like outright. Tory Lanez kind of gave him the business a little bit, which I didn't expect. I thought Joyner would easily eat Tory Lanez, and that's just an example of most artists with his level of success wouldn't even have entertained Tory Lanez, let alone go back and forth and make some records with him, dissing, right? Some a battle with him, right? But Joyner Lucas got time and he's that angry. And I don't like using the word bitter because bitter implies that you regret stuff and you wish other people, didn't have what they had, or you wish you had what other people have. I don't think he's bitter. But I think he some people may say I use that anger as gas, right? I don't think he's using this anger as gas. I think he's just angry. I think all the success in the world doesn't matter. I think he's like Russ. When Russ gets, he feels like all these accomplishments. I'm packing out all these stadiums. I'm putting up all these numbers, and no one's talking about me. I'm not in the algorithm. They only talk about me when I drop something controversial or I drop a big record with a feature. My regular stuff, only my fans know about it. Fans are pretty quiet, right? The fans are going to be fans. You can tell a fan they're going to tell you what you want to hear. He wants to be in the conversation with people that don't know him. And since he is not in that conversation, it makes him angry. He's not in the top 10 conversation. He's not in anyone's top 20. And I'm not dissing. It's just a fact, right? He got the skills to do it, but his songs don't resonate in the hood like they need to. And they don't resonate in mainstream like they need to either. And he's the very good artist. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is he deserves way more credit than he gets. And he knows that. Because if Joyner would have came out in the 90s, this guy would be on the Rushmore. It would be hard to say he wouldn't be in people's top 20 and top 10 easily. But he just so happened to come out in a time where the market is so stretched out. It's so stressed. It's so many people doing so many different styles. Like right now, you drop a video and do 10 million views, which is insane. No one does 10 million views unless you have a really strong fan base, right? Joyner would come out and do 10 million views and no one will be talking about it. it's like a Tech Nine situation. It's like, who knows what Tech Nine is doing except Tech Nine fans? Who knows what Hopsin is doing except Hopsin fans? Right? It's maddening because hip hop ain't what it's so splintered off. You got these alternative rappers, you got these underground rappers, you got these SoundCloud rappers, you got these trap rappers, then you got these super like all about strip club rappers, then you got these backpackers. You got so many rappers going up and down right now. And Joyner recognizes that he's not going to break through. Right? You're like, how's gonna? What do you mean breakthrough? This guy does 10 million on a one video. This guy has some of the biggest records in the last 5 years, but they don't matter to people, right? Joyner Lucas feels like he is still trying to get on the BET cipher, and whoever they is, won't let him, or are trying to do something dirty. It's always someone doing something. When you read on it's Karen Civil, it's this person, that always somebody, always the bully. You know, so I think he needs a bully to point his frustrations at. Now it's Lollapalooza, right? I went all the way around the Marbury Bush just to describe what we're talking about with Joyner Lucas. Joyner Lucas is the eternal. I don't even know what the word, like, you know how there's a person in school who is very, very articulate. He's very, very personable. He dresses okay. He's kind of cool to a degree. But when names come up of cool kids, he's not spoken of. And he wants it desperately, right? You know, it's like these kids, they off to the side, but they'll yell from the side, yo, yeah, they go to all the basketball games, but you know what I'm saying? They at the basketball game, but they're not on the team. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, he's that kid that's still trying to get seen from the sidelines. And now it's Lollapalooza, right? So Joyner went on a series of tweets against Lollapalooza and then eventually MGK, and now he's saying he's hacked. But let's just unpack all this stuff, right? I'm taking that he's hacked with a grain of salt, because he uses the exact same crying emoji when he's dissing MGK that he used when he said he was hacked. But let's just keep it moving, right? There was nobody hacked Joyner Lucas, right? Joyner Lucas got upset that Lollapalooza put his name in the small section of artists. This has been going on since forever. I have been doing showcases for at least 15 years, right? Underground showcases. Joyner Lucas might have been at one of my showcases because we run in them same circles. He might have been there. I just don't remember. It's so many people, right? And one of the things that people get a little wonky about is where their name is at on the flyer. I'll make a flyer with 20, 25 acts on it. Just like these festivals are doing. They ain't doing nothing but they're not doing nothing but big ass showcases. When you see it for what it really is, they're doing big showcases. They're throwing a bunch of names and see what sticks at the wall. It is nothing that we're not doing on a lower level. We're taking a bunch of names, bunch of rappers, putting them all on one flyer and hope you come and see it. That's exactly what they're doing. But Joyner Lucas is one of these people that looks at the flyer as your status. And he looks at it like, if you place me on row 6 or 7 or 5, you're not respecting my status. And he said it that when Lollapalooza gave him an offer to perform, he was like, y'all always putting my name in the bottom with these other people. And whatever offer they made, he turned it down. He claims that they said, you got to get more, you got to get your buzz up, you got to get your brand up. And he said he did that, and they still be disrespecting him by his flyer placement. So no, he doesn't want to do Lollapalooza. According to him, he turned it down, and according to him, they put his name on the flyer anyway. Now, I believe Joyner Lucas. I believe that he did turn it down, and he found his name on the flyer. Why the name is on the flyer, I have no idea. Maybe a plausible answer is Lollapalooza is not used to anyone turning down the offer. So they made the flyers before they even got confirmed from everyone, and the flyer went out anyway. Or they could just not care. They could be like, man, this is going. Flyer's going. His name is on it. Whether he does it or not, we don't care. Right? It's another name in the card. Who's going to care? He probably want to come anyway. He said no. He finds out from his man. No, someone hits him up, according to him, saying, "When is your set? What time is your set at Lollapalooza?" And he goes, "No, I'm not." He goes, "I'm not on Lollapalooza." They're like, "What do you mean your name's on the flyer?" He said he goes and opens the flyer. He's like, "I had to use a microscope to find my name on the flyer," which infuriated him. It sounded like that made him more mad than that he was even on the flyer that he turned down the show for. Right? If I turn down the show, it don't matter where my name at. Y'all building this show off my name. Now, granted, Lollapalooza gonna do what it does. They're gonna have people there. It don't matter what your name is on it. And that's a whole nother conversation with this girl, Lotto, who did a small venue, and she was called out for doing a small venue. And she's like, a lot of y'all people are scared to do your own venues because you go to these festivals and you don't have to really show that you don't have no fan base. And she's right. You get on the bill, that crowd gonna be there whether you perform or don't. So you don't have to be like embarrassed because no one's there, because they're there for everybody. That's why they threw everybody's name on the flyer. It's a showcase mode, baby. That's what we do. We put a bunch of names on the flyer and get a bunch of people in the building. That's the oldest trick in the book. And that's what Lollapalooza and all these other festivals are doing. Coachella, it's the same thing, right? So he sees his name on there. It seems like he's more upset that his name is on like row 5, 6, or wherever it is, buried. And it is disrespect. It is disrespect. So he hooked off and was like, according to the tweets, he saw that MGK, Machine Gun Kelly, was quote unquote headliner. I guess the bigger your name is, you're headlining, right? It's the same thing with Rock the Bells. When Rock the Bells used to come out, we would look at the flyer and be seeing people at the bottom. Whoa, how was Lauryn Hill all the way down there? Whoa, you know what I'm saying? Oh, how was Razzcast? You would look at the placement of the name, right? Wow, they got Killer Priest waiting on the bottom. You would look at the placement of the name and decide the person's value. And that's what he's doing. Which in a way, that's what the public does. They assign value to where you are actually placed on that flyer, right? So he did the same thing. He looked at the flyer. My name's in the bottom. Like, first of all, you should have been looking at, I ain't getting paid for this. They put my name on it. But like I said, his thing is more about status, to be honest with you. He wants to rock with the greats. He wants to drop a video and get the same respect a Hove gets or a Nas gets. He feels like he's writing in their name and in their lane, and no one's recognizing it. And that's frustrating. This guy got millions of dollars. Whatever kind of female attention he's getting, what he wants, he's getting. He's getting everything he should be wanting as a rapper. But it's not enough. He wants that next level where your status alone carries your name everywhere you go. Right? It's just like who was it? I think it was one of these rappers. He called the paparazzi so they could come and see him coming out of somewhere. It's all about people respecting what you do. So I think he wants to be respected, and he's not getting that in his mind. To me, the millions of dollars in a big mansion or whatever you got is the respect, all you respect you need. Because there's a lot of rappers out here that's nice and ain't got nothing, living in their mom's house. So I don't understand why the money isn't enough, and the fact that he can go do a show and have 5,000 to 10,000 people come see him. I don't know why that's not enough, but it's not enough. Like I said, him and Russ are always on the campaign of telling everybody that they're the best and I'm better than him. So he looks at MGK and has a problem. And I got the tweets right here that he claimed now he was hacked. But I'm going to read you some of the stuff that he's saying on here. Right? And YouTube frowns on a lot of cursing, so I'm gonna try to edit out the curse. Right? So I'm gonna read some of these tweets just because they're here. Just so you'll know. Bro hit me up asking me what time I set at Lollapalooza. I said, huh? Went and looked at the flyer and had to find a microscope to find my name. Disrespectful. They said I had to get my numbers up to be respected. So I went up top 10 Billboard independently, and still, this is what I get. All I know is Lollapalooza better take my effing name off that flyer. I ain't agreed to that lineup, and I don't want that weak-ass bag. Next thing I know, the flyer goes out, and they're going to put my name in some tiny-ass letters like, I ain't me. F out of here. I'm the biggest independent artist, period, with the exception of tech. And I got the numbers and the fans and the money to back that statement up. How is it that these festivals keep trying to bunch my name up with a bunch of guys that ain't on my level? I'm Joyner Lucas in all caps, right? Now, you think somebody hacked that? You think somebody from Russia? He's saying the Russian hackers hacked them, which is, it's tongue in cheek. I get it, but let's play along. You think somebody from Russia wrote all this? N-words is going to start putting respect on my name. For years, I've been getting these weak ass offers like I'm some little N-word. These N-words who ain't even on my level or doing my numbers is getting put in big letters in all caps, while they write my shit hella small on the flyer. How, Sway? Now, you think that's a hack? You think somebody, who knows that? Who knows that that's important to him? What Russian hacker knows that his name is small on flyers and that means a lot to him? You think somebody hacked that and just wrote that? It wouldn't make no sense if they didn't know that. So whoever wrote this had to know that it offends him. And I'm saying it's him. These festivals is going to stop playing with me like I ain't that N-word. Putting my name next to the names of a bunch of random N-words that nobody heard of and offering me a weak-ass bag. Then I say no to the offer, and these whole N-words put me on the flyer anyway, and he tags Lollapalooza. Then he goes on to say the Russian hackers hacked my phone yesterday, shaking my head. But at the end of the day, he went on to say what he said about MGK. He took the picture of MGK with his tongue out looking goofy, and he wrote, then you got this goofy-ass N-word headliner, shaking my head, houseway. And someone said, don't bring out the rap devil. Man, listen, what my brother Marshall did to this N-word Machine Gun Kelly is light compared to what's waiting if he want to walk down that street with me. Ain't nobody worried about an N-word who paints his nails. F out of here. Now, what Machine Gun Kelly do to get that smoke? Let's be honest. Joyner Lucas in a musical lane is way bigger than Machine Gun Kelly. Machine Gun Kelly still making excuses about the last album was Eminem's fault that it flopped. When you had the biggest record in the world at the time, dissing Eminem. So the entire world should have been gravitating to, oh, let's see what else he got. So it ain't Eminem's fault that your album flopped. It's just that people not checking for you. But somehow Lollapalooza has him at the top of the thing. Now, at the top of the flyer. Now, I do want to say in a world of movies, Machine Gun Kelly is doing a lot of movies, right? He's in Bird Box with Sandra Bullock and quite a few movies that he's dropped, surprisingly, just in the movie, no, out of nowhere. So he is valuable in movies, in acting. But in rapping, his name is mud. So he should not be on top of Joyner Lucas. But at the end of the day, Joyner Lucas attacked this man for no reason. He's atting him and everything for no freaking reason. Machine Gun Kelly got caught in a round of gunfire. He woke up one day next to his beautiful girlfriend and was like, what in the world? Why I get hit with this shrapnel? He don't even know what he did. All he did was book a show. He took a show. Now, hopefully he don't feed into, who cares? If they go back and forth, who cares, right? It's whatever. I think, end of the day, Joyner is insecure. He's lashing out for his own insecurities, right? And this is what you get when a man ain't happy with himself, right? And I'm not knocking Joyner. I'm just telling you the facts. This is a Talking Facts episode where I'm just telling you that a man has everything he wants. It's like J. Cole said. He got everything you want. You got fans and stands and money and all this stuff, and you still on Twitter talking about how small your name is on the flyer. Process that. Think about that. While you think about what I'm talking about, think about a man that's upset with the name size of his flyer on the flyer of a show he claimed he didn't want to do in the first place. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Who wrong in this, man? I'm not going much longer than this. Joyner Lucas, I think, needs to reevaluate what he has in this world, right? He has a great life, a great job, and great things going on. Shouldn't be worrying about this silly stuff. If they put your name on there, sue him. And that's the end of that story. Y'all let me know what you think in the comments. Is Joyner Lucas right to slam MGK, MGK, or should he just left it alone? My name is Chuck with Ills. Go play Force Multipliers on all on all streaming platforms. Me and Ugly Professor did that. It's crazy. Clash the podcast every Wednesday. I'm gonna catch y'all on the flip side. Peace.
CLB.